on today's episode of the Bhakti-Sufi Tradition, the final episode of the Bhakti-Sufi Tradition, I have a question to ask you. We're going to be talking about a Rajput princess who turned into a saint, okay? You know this. You know who this person is. You know who this lady is. You've studied about her previously. She is the lady I'm going to start the chapter with today. So tell me, I'm going to give you 3 seconds, okay? 3 seconds to tell me in the comments down below, who is this lady who is a Rajput princess turned to a saint, okay? 3, 2, 1. Done? Commented? Very good. You better have commented, okay? You better have commented down below, okay? Alright, let's begin. Hello everybody, welcome back to Unimonks. My name is Padmanji Chauhan and I'll be teaching you for the CUET history domain. In today's episode, the final episode of the Bhakti-Sufi tradition, we start with Mirabai, okay? Mirabai, the devotee princess. Now, Mirabai existed between the 15th and 16th centuries. Historians have been able to reconstruct her biographies by using bhajans that have been attributed to her, okay? So, bhajans that she composed, we've been able to find out about her life because of those bhajans, okay? Alright. So, we know she was a Rajput princess belonging to Merta and she was married into the Sisodia clan of Mewar. But the thing is, she never took on the traditional roles of being a wife and a mother, okay? She gave all that up and she recognized Krishna as her beloved. Now, when I say her beloved, it's not enough, okay? It's not enough to call Krishna her beloved because many people say that she called Krishna her lover. She thought of him as a lover. Many say that she thought of him as a friend, as her bestest friend, as her protector, right? Most people say she thought of him as her beloved, but that's not enough, okay, to describe her relationship with the Lord Krishna. For her, Krishna was her whole world, okay? Everything compiled together in one thing. That was Krishna for her. From friend to lover to beloved to protector, everything, okay? That is why Krishna was her whole world. Now, some traditions say that Raidas, who was a leather worker, became her preceptor, her teacher, okay? And this shows, so she's a princess, right? And Raidas is a leather worker. So this shows her defiance of the caste system, that she was so involved in the bhakti of her beloved that she did not care who taught her about him, okay? This is a central theme of the bhakti tradition, right? We've established this, that the entirety of the bhakti tradition was in defiance of the caste system, okay? That they considered everybody to be equal, right? To be, basically everybody was a believer, everybody was allowed to be devotional, okay? To worship the Lord, okay? Whoever they considered their Lord, their beloved to be, right? Now, she became a wandering saint. She left the comforts of her home, her palace, and she became a wandering saint. There are multiple, the reason for this, at least given in your NCERT textbook, is because her family, the family she was married to, her in-laws did not like the fact that she wasn't taking on the roles of a wife, right? That she wanted to become a devotional saint. And therefore they tried to poison her. So she left the comfort of her palace and she became a wandering saint. She donned on the robes of, white robes of a widower, or you could see her in orange robes of a saint. Okay? Basically, further emphasizing the point that she became a wandering saint. Okay? Her songs till date continue to be sung by poor communities of Gujarat and Rajasthan because she's still revered there. Okay? Mirabai is a very important figure for them. Okay? That's it for Mirabai. Let's move on to reconstructing histories of religious traditions. Now, historians use sculptures, architecture, stories about religious teachers, okay? They also use compositions of various people who wrote about the search of divine, right? So, Kabir, Raidas, Mirabai, the Chishtis, anybody and everybody who's composed anything about Bhakti or about Sufi or Sufism has been used. Their compositions have been used as a source to reconstruct these religious traditions. Okay? Sources were written in several languages as well. We've established this from the Vachanas of Basavana to the Farmans of the Mughal Empire, right? Vachanas were written in Canada. The writings of the Alvars and the Nayanars were written in Tamil. Sorry, the compositions, not the writings. The compositions were written in Tamil. The Farmans were written in Urdu or in Persian, whatever language, right? So the quantity of material to understand religious traditions is vast, okay? Now, historians need to be aware of the variations in style to understand each genre of, let's say, of the composition, right? To understand what time it was written in, what was the feelings, what were the circumstances under which those traditions were written, okay? So that they can be attributed to one writer, okay? Alright. Now, if you're liking this video so far, scan the little QR code given on your screen, okay? That will take you to the Unimonks app. Through that app, you'll be able to have live chats with me, your mentor. You can ask me any doubts related to either CUET 2024 or to the domain subject that you're studying. And I'm not the only mentor, there are many others, okay? So any doubts you have, you can have a live chat with us, you can get all your doubts cleared, okay? Apart from that, we give you organized study material on the app, okay? For your preparation for CUET 2024. Apart from that, we give you online tests, we give you assignments, basically any and every resource material available to prepare you the best for CUET 2024. Okay? So, scan the QR code, download our app. Apart from that, follow us on our Instagram page, follow us on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? Do it right now. Click that little red button, subscribe to our channel, okay? So that you can use everything, the best of the best material that we have to provide for you to pass CUET with flying colors. Okay? Alright. Moving on. Now let's understand, let me tell you about the sources we use to reconstruct Sufi tradition. Okay? There's going to be a lot of Urdu words in this, so please excuse my pronunciation if I go wrong anywhere. But here we go. So the first tradition written about in your textbook is Kashf-ul-Majud of Ali bin Usman Hujwiri. Okay, let me say it again. Kashf-ul-Majhub, written by Ali bin Usman Hujwiri. Now, this piece of source, okay, this piece of Sufi tradition enables historians to see how traditions that were taking place, how situations that were taking place outside the subcontinent were affecting the Sufi tradition in India, okay? These enable historians, as I said earlier, to sort of understand how situations, how, say, traditions that were outside of the subcontinent, that were taking place outside of the subcontinent, were affecting the Sufi tradition in India, right? So, the rise of the caliphate system, them becoming materialistic, right? All of that led to the development of the Sufi tradition, right? We've talked about this previously. So, therefore, how all of that affected the development of Sufi tradition in India. This is what this compilation talks about. Then, number 2, we have Fawaid-ul-Fuad, a collection of conversations of Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia, which were compiled by Amir Sidzi, okay, who was a noted Persian poet. You must have heard about him, okay? He's been, if you are reading the textbook right now, if you have the textbook with you right now, a lot of the sources have him mentioned in them, okay? He was one of his disciples. This collection of conversations is used to understand a thing called Malfuzat, okay? Malfuzat are conversations of saints with their disciples. So this compilation, this collection of texts of conversations is used to understand how the Sufi saint talked to his disciples, what conversations he had with them, okay? The next source is called Maktubat. Maktubat literally means written collections of letters, okay? So they were letters written by Sufi masters that were addressed again to their disciples and their associates. For example, one example of these written collection of letters is Maktubat-i-Imam. Maktubat-i-Imam. Sorry, I got it wrong. It's called Maktubat-i-Imam Rabbani, written by Naqshbandi Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi. Okay? Lot of Urdu here, guys. I'm so sorry, but these are very important for you to study because these could come as MCQs. Okay, so spend some time with this. Keep rewatching this video. Okay, refer to your textbooks as well. Refer to the NCERT textbooks as well to sort of memorize this. There's no other way around it. You'll have to memorize this in order to remember this for your examination. Okay. The next piece of source to understand Sufi tradition is a thing called tazkiras, okay? Literally meaning to mention and memorialize. So these are biographies of saints, okay? Biographical accounts of saints. The first ever written Sufi tazkira in India is called Siyarul Awliya of Mir Khurd Kirmani. Okay, this was written in the 14th century. I'll repeat the name again. It's called Siyarul Awliya of Mir Khurd Kirmani. Okay, all right. Now, these traditions that have been considered in the chapter, not just the Sufi traditions that we're talking about, like the compilations. I'm also talking about the Bhakti compositions. There have been many such textual and oral sort of communications that have been discovered by historians. Okay, some of them have been preserved very well, but many of them, and some of them, have been modified through the process of transmission, right? Throughout the centuries, they have been modified, okay? Considering the scenario, how the people have perceived it, stuff like that, okay? So, and some of them have been completely lost forever. We've discussed about this when we were studying about the inscriptions as well, right? It was in our second chapter, right? The second chapter of ancient India. We were talking about how some of these inscriptions have been lost forever because they were written in stone, right? So because the stone has weathered, has chafed, the words have become like, you can't see the letters properly. Some of them have been destroyed, okay, through the course of time. So the same thing has happened to these traditions as well. You find some resources, you find some sources, but a lot of them have been lost forever, okay? So whatever we found, we talked about them till date. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, any questions to ask me, anything related to today's chapter, anything in general, right? Anything, if you have questions for CUET, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try my best to answer them as soon as possible. And for more such informational content, subscribe to Unimonks. Thank you for watching. Bye.